Hey guys, Rob here. So today's video is going to be about hunting, and that's what this pack is. So if you guys have been following along and stuff, you guys know I've been wanting to get into hunting. So over the last year or so, I've been slowly like buying little things here and there and trying to build out a kit. And what I want to do today is I just want to share it with you guys. I'm open to any suggestions as to what I might need and what I might not need. As far as the type of hunting that I plan on doing is going to be mainly hog hunting. So what I want to do is show you guys this here pack, go over the features of the pack here, and just share all my gear. So yeah, let's get into it. It's not really a review, it's just showing you guys kind of what I have, open to any suggestions that you guys might have. So the pack here, this is a big pack. You guys can see this is actually my biggest backpack. So I do a lot of backpacking. I have tons of backpacks. This is a much bigger pack. This is a 70-liter pack and it weighs 6.9 pounds. So biggest and the heaviest pack that I own. And we're gonna talk about the pack here, and then I'm just gonna go over the outside stuff, and then I'm gonna show you guys what kind of rifle or whatever that we're gonna be using for our hog hunts. All right, so you guys can see here, we've got a lot of straps here, and I actually like this pack a lot. I have not hiked with it or anything yet. I do plan on doing kind of like a shakedown hike maybe, just to kind of feel it out. But the pack is really comfortable, and that's kind of one of the things that drew me in, was like looking at all the padding here. Looks like a very supportive pack, and just by wearing it and stuff and trying it on, I find it to be pretty comfortable. Now, I'm not gonna go over my base weight or anything like that, only because there's a high chance that I'm gonna be shifting things around in this pack. I'm gonna be taking things out, adding things. So base weight is not really that important to me right now. Plus two, the feral hog issue here in Florida, it's through the roof. And I don't plan on doing massive hikes. You know, I'm not gonna do a 20-mile hike with this pack. So I'm not too worried about the weight. And one of the other things that drew me into this pack was that it actually has a meat hauler. So, you know, whatever I can get, I'd like to quarter it up out in the field and then pack it out. So it was important to find a pack that has an area to store the meat. And I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more in depth about that later, but the meat hauler is actually in the back of the pack here, right up on your back where this here frame is. And I actually like that because the meat is gonna be heavier than all the rest of the gear. So I want that stuff close to my back. All right, so you guys see here, the torso is adjustable, which is nice. And like I said, the padding on the waist strap and everything, I mean, this is really thick, comfortable padding. And you can remove this entire hip belt if you wanted to. Another cool thing is that drew me to it were the pockets. The pockets are easy to open. I see I'm doing this like this, one-handed. I can't do that on my Osprey packs. The zipper design on those are just kind of funky, but this one's nice, one-handed. And it's also MOLLE webbed, so you can actually take the pouch off and you can adjust it in different areas on the actual hip belt itself, or you can choose to take it off completely if you wanted to. So two pockets there, which is pretty cool. And the buckles are, it's quality. You know, like I said, guys, I have a lot of backpacks and a lot of good backpacks as well. And this one is on par. Now, as far as the price of this pack goes, it's a $250 pack, and which is, I think that's fair for what you're getting here. You're getting a lot of quality for that price. But the brain on the pack is completely removable if you wanted to. It's also got a rifle sling built in, and it has these compression straps on the outside for your rifle sling. Or you could probably even haul some meat right here, cinch this thing down, and be good. It's got two pockets on the outside here for water bottles or just gear storage, which is nice. And it also has a pocket on the back there so you can access your pack, your water and stuff from the sides like this. It does have a hydration compartment, can handle up to 3 liters of water. It's got a vent right here. On the front right here, you do have this zipper that runs all the way along here, and that allows you to have access to the contents inside the pack as well, so you don't have to go from the top, you can go straight from here. And then we've also got pockets with mesh on the inside here. We've got 2 of those. And it's also got zippers on the inside, so you can have access to those same pockets from the inside as well. So as far as what I plan on using to do my hunts, you guys see right here, I have an air gun, and this thing has a nice folding stock. This is a 457 big bore, and it's launching some pretty big projectiles out of this thing. So you guys see here, I'm a big air gun guy. I've got firearms, I've got a couple of ARs and shotguns and things like that. But I don't know, there's something about shooting with air guns that just seems more satisfying to me. So I bought this right here a few weeks ago, and I bought a suppressor for it because this thing is loud as heck and will ring your ears. So I picked up that. And what's cool about this here is that, you know, it's a PCP, pre-charged pneumatic. So we're running extremely high pressures in this gun. But look, we've got a folding stock there. The suppressor comes completely off. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take it off. So you guys see right here, look how compact this thing is. And it can easily fit inside of a backpack in this form. You guys see right here. So it's only about 15 inches long when it's folded and the suppressor is removed. But yeah, I wanted something that was small and compact and, you know, a heavy hitter, something that I could take a hog with, or even a deer, you know, at close enough range. I don't plan on shooting anything out past 50 yards, but, you know, anything 50 yards and under, I think that this would have no issue putting down. But yeah, so small, compact, easy to maneuver, you know, just being out. I didn't want a long gun. Most air rifles have a really long barrel because with air guns, because there's no gunpowder or anything like that, you're not going to get velocities like you would with a firearm. So most air gun barrels are longer because it has a longer twist rate, so that actually increases the velocity. So I didn't want a big long gun. Most of my other air guns, the barrels are pretty long. I wanted something short and stubby, and something I can shoot my hog with. But yeah, so that's the setup here. And magnification, you guys might think that this is overkill for magnification. It's not. Even though I'm shooting within 50 yards, I want a good clean shot. All right, I don't want to have to take follow-up shots or anything like that. I want a good clean shot the first time. And this happens to be an extra scope that I had laying around. This is a first focal plane, and it's super, super clear. But yeah, so I like this setup here, and definitely plan on getting my first hog with this thing. So since I'm using an air gun as my primary hunting tool, my sidearm, I will be carrying a sidearm, a firearm, and this right here is my Glock 19, and you guys can see right here. Bring that in close for you guys. So I've had this gun for a long time, many years, and feel very comfortable with this here. So that'll be my sidearm that I'll carry outside the waistband. And then as far as this right here, this is my Leatherman, and this is like the works. Now, I did do a video on this. It's on my secondary channel, Rob Outdoors Gear Talk, if you guys want to check that out and all the stuff that's inside this kit. But I have this thing packed with tools, and that way, if I have to adjust anything on my rifle for whatever reason, I've got plenty of tools to do that. Plus, you know, I have the multi-tool, flashlight, and stuff like that. And this will just be on my persons at all time, just like my firearm. As far as the holster goes here, holster, this is by VEDDAR holster, and they're local actually. So they're right here in Florida, and they reached out to me a while ago and they asked me if I want to try out one of their custom holsters and one of their belts, and I said, yeah, I would like to try that. And I've been carrying this thing every day, and even the belt's pretty comfortable. But this is a custom holster. They do all kinds of stuff. Pick whatever color you want on here. There's different options for optic cuts and lights and all that good stuff, and pretty good pricing on that. So I've been rocking this since then, and it's been pretty good. All right, so we finished up with the shooting part, stuff like that. Show you guys what's on the outside. All right, emergency stuff. I got my Garmin InReach Mini 2 right here, and any big trip that I go on, I always have that with me. Satellite communicator, you can text anybody off of it. You can send pictures through it, the works. There is a subscription, a monthly subscription that you can suspend and use later if you wanted to. There's also an activation fee, just so that way you guys know. So when you buy this, you have to buy the device, you have to buy the activation fee, which is $30, and then you have to buy whatever plan you want to start out with. And so yeah, so I have that right out here on the outside. Inside the pockets here, there's nothing in this pocket yet. I've got some plans for what I might put in there. I might put my first aid in there. This side right here, some hand sanitizer. And then on the outside water bottle area, I've got my tripod here. This is a carbon fiber tripod that can adjust pretty high. And I usually use this to do my filming here for YouTube because it's really lightweight and it's small. You can put it in your pocket. But I figured I might use this thing or buy another one and use it as some shooting sticks, like a shooting tripod. So I can rest my gun right up on top of here. Set this pack down. I can sit in a shooting position and then put this in between my leg right here, just like this. And this would work really good for like still hunting. But I could put this right here. It's actually still a little bit too high, so I need to lower it just a little bit more. And now we can get the rifle right up on top of this thing. And I can take my shots. But yeah, so I might pick up another one for that, just because I'm familiar with this thing and it's always worked out for all my filming. And I think it's gonna work well. For a good shot, and I can move it around quietly if I needed to move it. Now, like I said, guys, with this pack here, I plan on doing hunts where I can actually get some camping in, you know, spend the night out, the night or two, you know. So that's why I decided to go with this bigger pack. That way I can put all my gear in here. This side right here, folding saw, and that's gonna do it for this area here. So we'll go right into the top pouch. Just some hunter's orange. There's a hat there, just a cheapie. I got a vest right here as well. Extra bandana. And then this right here is this is a rain fly for the pack. I could use that to sit on and stuff. And then right here, first aid kit with a little bit of emergency stuff in there as well, just some matches, tourniquet. And what I also like about this pack is that it's got an area right here with any IDs, anything like that. It's got this little compartment there. So that's pretty nice. So let's get into this part here. So like I said, the brain does completely remove. It's got another pocket on the inside, and the only thing that I have in there at the moment is just some zip ties. All right, so we'll go right into the top. And something else that's actually gonna be on my persons, this right here. So this is a chest rig. So this right here is actually something that I can actually wear while maybe scouting or still hunting. This will have all the stuff that I need at the moment. So what we have right here in the top is where you'd put your binoculars and stuff. And I've got a set of night vision binoculars here. And VISIO Gear did reach out and send me this right here, and they asked me if I wanted to review it. And I said, sure, because kind of like this falls right into what we're doing and the timing is right, you know, so I accepted it. And it's actually been working. I'm gonna put some B-roll footage. I've actually used it at night, spotted a couple hogs and stuff like that. And yeah, this thing's it's been pretty good. Doesn't take any batteries, USB-C rechargeable. Like I said, it does night vision, and it also can record and take pictures, which is nice. Downsides to it be that there's no lock to keep the buttons from getting depressed. So I did on accident have this thing on inside of this chest rig and didn't know it, so it drained half the battery. So there's no way to lock it out. Another thing is that it records in a weird format, and when I'm transferring the videos over to my phone, I have to convert them into the proper format. So that might be an issue that you might have. But other than that, it's a sub $100 set of night vision binoculars. and I think it actually is working out pretty good. So that's gonna go right here. On this side as well, I've got my rangefinder, and I've had this thing for many years, and it's been pretty good. So I keep that right there. And then over here, not sure if I'm gonna bring this along or not, because the rangefinder does have magnification built into it. But I've also got this here, Cabela's, this is the Instinct HD Monocular, and it's super tiny. It only weighs a couple of ounces, and crystal clear glass, guys, like really, really clear. And I actually bought this for my hiking backpack for when I'm out on trail and I need to look down if I see something that's interesting or whatever. I can use this for that, but for hunting, I can just put it in this pack for now. So I'm not sure if I'll bring that, because I have the rangefinder, and I don't really plan on shooting anything out past 50 yards anyway. So, I mean, the vegetation is so thick out here anyway, it would be kind of hard to really look far anyway. So, I don't know. You guys give me your thoughts on that. And then on this side right here, I've got some flagging tape, orange. And this is in case if I decide to go for like an organ shot, like a vital organ shot, and I need to track a blood trail, I can mark the areas where the blood is. That way, if I have to go back, I have a reference point. And then right here is the magazine for that air rifle. You guys can see here. Now, I probably won't run it with the magazine. I'll single shot, but I only put this in here just to show you guys you can put a magazine in it. And I can use that if I wanted to. And then the last thing right here on the front is my ammo for the air gun. And I just have it right there in a Ziploc bag. Now, if I was going out into the field, I would not have it in a Ziploc bag because I don't want to make any noises. I'd probably just put the ammo in there by itself. That way I can just grab it out if I needed to. So this right here will be on my persons, as well as something else I'm going to show you guys here. All right, so next thing that will probably be with me along with the chest rig is probably going to be, where are you at? This right here. So this is a ultralight backpack, and you guys see right here, it's tiny. It's probably the size of a 8-ounce can of soda, and it only weighs 3 ounces. And I have another one like this that's a little bit bigger. I've done some ultralight hikes with, but this is cool because I've got an ultralight backpack right here, and I can combine that with this and get out and go hunt. And another thing that's gonna go with this right here is gonna be this bag. And all the contents inside this bag are gonna be for after the kill. So I've got a bunch of meat bags in here for quartering it up. I've got a really nice buck knife. Shout out to Art. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you. Art is one of my subscribers, and we've actually done a bunch of camping together. Really nice guy, and he does a lot of hunting as well. And he was really kind and gave me this buck knife here. This is a skinning knife, and it's got a gut hook on there. You guys can see this thing. Really nice, lightweight, and this thing is sharp. So thanks, Art, man. I really appreciate it. I've got another knife here. This is like a fillet knife. And then I've got a sharpening stone to go with the knives. You guys already know I like to keep my knives nice and sharp. Creates less accidents. So I have that in case I got to do any extra sharpening while I'm out. And then the last thing, well, this right here is just like a little rag here for cleaning up anything. And then in this bag here are going to be some gloves, hand sanitizer, and some biodegradable soap. But yeah, that's all that's inside of here. And that right there can go inside of this bag if I needed to. I could keep water and stuff in here, you know, if I needed to have a drink, or even, you know, a bar or something in there as well. So that's all the stuff right there. I'm gonna dig into the rest of the bag and show you guys what else we got. All right, another bag right here. Nightcore power bank, 10,000 for recharging my phone and my camera. Some leather gloves. Poop kit and stuff like that. Hygiene stuff. Food hang rope right here. Paracord, this is 50 foot of paracord. Thermocell. USB-C charge cable for the charge bank. And I've got this Streamlight lantern. This is the Sage X. And this thing is nice. It's got a lantern, 3 different brightnesses, 400 lumens. It's got a flashlight on the top, and it also does red light as well. It is USB rechargeable with a battery. This is a 18650, and this thing is totally waterproof. Really nice lantern, really tiny, and I've had this thing for a long time. Unfortunately, this thing is discontinued because apparently Streamlight made another light, so they don't sell this anymore. All right, next up right here is going to be sit pad, and this is just a sleeping pad, those closed cell foam ones, and I cut this off, and now I can sit down on it, stand on it, whatever. So it's pretty cool because you can apply a lot of like backpacking skills into hunting. So that's kind of where I got this from. Just transfer it all over. Another thing that I have here that I bought a while ago, not sure if I'll use them or not, but I do have them in case I want to. These right here, these are snake gaiters, and I don't have big tall boots. I don't want big tall boots, but these right here give me the option to still protect my legs from snake bites, just in case. And I do have like some hunting clothes and stuff like that. We're gonna save that for another video. But yeah, this right here, I've tried these on, and I feel like they would work. They weren't really expensive, but it is a good backup option for me. So I got those there. And then as far as my sleeping setup goes, tent poles, Atepa Voyage 1-person tent. I've used this already before. I'll probably put a picture up in the video in case you're new to the channel and haven't seen this tent before, but I think that this is a good tent for this kind of setup. And then last thing that I have right here inside the pack is this Trekology bag, and this is a waterproof bag. So all I have in here is just my sleeping gear. My sleeping bag's in here. Inflatable sleeping pad, which is also by Atepa. And I'll put another picture up there. And I've got my pillow in here, and depending on what kind of trip I do, might throw some extra socks, maybe some extra underwear in here, and or maybe a shirt or something like that. But that's everything right here. All right, so now that everything is out of the pack, I'm just gonna show you guys this here compartment. So these unstrap like that, and then you have your zipper here, really smooth waterproof zippers. And now you have this thing right here. You guys can see it. It's got all these pockets there. And now you have full access. Inside does have pockets on the inside as well. 2 pockets for, like, I don't know, water or anything. And then you have your hydration section right here. And then down at the bottom, this is where your rifle sling and your rain fly would go. I only have the rifle sling in here because it was kind of like a weird bulky situation. So I put the rain fly on the top because that's something I can use to sit on if I needed to. Everything's out of the pack. Let me show you guys how the meat shelf goes, how you can get to that. So right on the side, this is the whole meat compartment right here. And what's cool is that you got these straps right here that you can adjust. And you just do that to both sides. And then come around here to the top, loosen this up, come around over here, pull this out. You can loosen this side as well. And let me readjust the camera. And now you guys can see here, how we have this big open compartment right here, and we can cinch this thing up and get a nice tight fit with whatever meat that we're hauling out. Just one more clip down here at the bottom to really open up that space. You guys can see here, that's probably the best way to show it. But yeah, like I said, you know, I like that the meat shelf's right here because it's close to your back and you can really pull it up tight. And I think that's plenty of room, you know? Shoot a 150 pound hog, 100 pound hog, that's kind of all I'm going for. And then, you know, once you quarter that up and stuff like that, I mean, you're gonna lose a lot of the weight. The internals and stuff are gonna be a lot of weight, but that's stuff that you're gonna discard. So I think that this probably would work out pretty well. I don't know, we'll see, I guess. All right, guys, so a couple of things that I didn't go over in this video here. One thing that I want to add that I forgot to put in this kit, in that field dress kit that I have, the one that was in the all the stuff in the orange bag, I do want to add maybe 1 or 2 large like contractor bags to go in there, and that way I can put all my meat in the meat bags, and then those can go into the contractor bags and then in the meat shelf. That way I don't get any blood or anything like that on my pack. I don't want to be dealing with that kind of stuff. Another thing that I didn't go over was my cooking system for foods. And reason being is because I'll decide that whenever I go out. So depending on whatever I want to cook that day will determine what kind of cook kit I'm going to bring. Yeah, that's something that's not covered here. Another thing, probably, I don't know, maybe do a video on clothing, on what I have. Maybe not, I don't know yet. But I'm open to suggestions to stuff. You guys have any pointers, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and you know, we can all learn together. So I appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, if you found this video helpful, entertaining, anything like that, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, help the channel grow. Little bit of engagement helps, and I can use it all, guys. Share the video with somebody, subscribe if you're new as always, and until next time, guys, I'll see you on the trail. Peace.